Good evening, gentlemen. How are we? Bit of a late start, sorry about that. I do apologise, bear with me. Running on the fly again, as always. Hope everyone's all good. Oh, my phone's frozen. Bear with me, guys. So yeah, today, I'm sure everybody, you guys, was up at the crack of dawn, watching the first race of the season. It was alright, bit of excitement. What am I doing there? Yeah, and I'm not saying that. So yeah, I hope everyone's had a good weekend so far. Not a lot of it left. What am I looking for? Legacy commentary. Get it in there. I was just getting my stream shared. Alright, let's get the standings up because I do believe it is pretty tight. So currently, Friar Tuck's just joined the lobby and didn't think I would actually see him tonight after Newcastle's win. But yeah, we have Stiggy on 386, I believe. 3 points behind the Noodles, 383, very close there at the top. Ross Stocker, who I believe may be struggling for tonight. He's on 318. Little Pigeon 316. Trouser on 276. Pirate Danny on 259, who I believe is not racing tonight. Hello Stiggy, how are you, bud? Firewise 225. Armour's not racing tonight, so we won't talk about him. Scotty MT on 154. He's not racing tonight either. Rumsky 126. Rattigan 123. Famous Wayne's he's out tonight. Grim Sleeper 110. Hassan's out tonight. Entron 74. Brasco's out tonight. Matt F1. Voltex. Well, where are you off to, Danny, mate? Bab and all the rest are just no-goes. I've seen Rage is back tonight. Yes, Rage. Nice to see you racing again. Williams smashing out in front. 628. Racing Balls 517. 463 Ferrari. Alpine 457. Aston Martin 399. McLaren 378. Mercedes 291. Oh, boom. Been in Dublin. Mercedes 291. Haas 281. And Red Bull and Sabo bringing up the rear. But yes, gentlemen, so let's get in the chat. Stiggy, Danny, hope you're well, mate. It'd be nice to get a few more people in the chat. I hope it's not like last Tuesday. The views are getting really, really bad at the minute. So we've got a few people checked in tonight. So if we can get everybody in the chat, it would be nice. We've got Trouser, Rattigan, Lynx. He's impressed me so far since I've seen him racing. Firewise Diablo, Stiggy, he's a new one. Joker, Grim, the legend that is Pigeon, Friar Tuck on maybe on a come down from Newcastle's League Cup victory. But yeah, just waiting for the lobby to get filled up, and then we should be ready to get going. Rage, I'm just in the chat. Just in the chat now. Stocker says Stocker will Stocker's there. Stocker's going to be there tonight then, so not a problem. Stocker's going to be joining a bit later on. Maybe he'll miss the sprint. 12 lap sprint, 36 lap race around Netherlands. Not one of my favourite tracks, actually. I absolutely detest this track, if I'm being perfectly honest. Bit of a bullcrap track. Don't see the point in racing around there. There's not really a lot of opportunities for overtakes. The straight's not long enough, and unless you want to go for a risk it for a biscuit move, it's just a little bit pointless. Thank God it's off the calendar soon. That's all I can say. But yeah, back to more pressing things after our conversation the other week. My mate Noodles, Mr. Alexander James Willoughby the Third, Williams Willoughby, or however, he's got so many names, you can never put them in order, sent me a lovely picture of his dinner tonight. He's, what was it? It was a steak with Stilton, some fancy word for potatoes, and another French word. I didn't have a clue what that was. And then he had some meringue stuff. So yeah, he sent me a good old picture of his dinner today. Thank you for that, Noodles, mate. And then Snap, I had sent him a picture of what I had for lunch was fidoir, which is basically like paella, but instead of rice, it's with little noodles. Pigeon, yeah, little legend. How are you, buddy? I hope your weekend's been as fantastic as you are, mate. So, yeah, as I went through the standings there, it's very, very tight at the top. 3 points, it's all that's in it. They're going to be looking to pull away from Rostocker because, as I mentioned just there, I believe Rostocker is. Oh, yeah, there you go. That'd be nice. That'd be nice, Manic. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, they're looking to pull a bit of a gap on Stocker, albeit very so small because obviously he's back for the feature race. Yeah, I'm good, Pigeon, mate. All good, mate. Coming to the end of the weekend now. Back at it tomorrow. Rattigan, how are you, you little Cheltenham? You little Cheltenham wanger. How are you, bud? Hope you had a good week at Cheltenham, mate. By the sounds of it, you did. You ended up a lot better than Noodles. Not Noodles, he just come up on my screen, that's why I mentioned him. A lot better than Lemons. Both foods, didn't they, really? I was just talking Noodles. I was just letting people know about the fabulous picture you sent me of your steak and Stilton. And what was it? Some fancy word for potatoes, basically. And then some other big long French word. I don't know if that was the sauce in that, but yeah, just steak, mate. Just say it. Steak and cheese, mate. Steak, cheese and chips. Instead of all these throwing up all these fancy words, I had to look a couple of them up on the internet. They had me working even before I come on stream. Yeah, but earlier on talking about the Formula One race today, yeah, it was pretty good. Best season starter for a long time. I absolutely took a shebang in the fantasy league. I was looking all right yesterday. It was looking all right yesterday after qualifying, but when one of your drivers bins it on the old formation lap, you know it's not going to be a good day. I think I ended up on minus 13 points. I am now, so I'll have to try and readjust that in time for next week. Rage, you little legend, where you been? Where you been? You little dick. Where are ya? Hope you are, Rage. Nice to see you back racing, mate. It's been a minute. Glad to see you back, buddy. Oh, we got 14 in the lobby so far. I believe it was 15, I believe was checked in. Oh, there you go. It explains it now. Joker. Joker is Rage. There you go. Now it all makes sense. Now it all makes sense. Thank you for clearing that up for me, Rage. So we got 3 Germans tonight once old Rostocker turns up. I'm sure Rattigan's definitely not from, is that Ecuador or Venezuela? I'm sure that's definitely not the case. Yeah, I know that, mate. Yeah, I see that, mate. I see him when he popped up the other week. I know Brasco's out tonight. The 2 Red Bulls are out tonight, I believe, as well. Scotty and Famous Wayne. I think they're out on a date, the pair of them. Yes, Noodles, me Alexander, me little Alexander. 3 points you got behind Stiggy, mate. 3 points you got behind the Stig. So you need to try and get a bit of decent points on offer tonight, with it being a sprint. Remember, one shot sprint, one shot feature race. So we're just waiting for Rage, I believe. No, Rage is in. What we're talking about? Who are we waiting for? We're waiting for someone, I believe. I'm not too sure. We'll get the up there tune. Congratulations, mate. I was just saying that as soon as I see you, I'm surprised to see you in the lobby, Tuck, to be honest with you. Congratulations, bud, mate. If any team deserve it, it's definitely Newcastle. So happy you beat Liverpool. So happy. 70 years, mate. It's a long time. 70 years. I hope it's not another 70 years before you win something else. Jesus Christ. But no, massive congratulations, Tuck, mate. Let's see if we have a little bit of ding-dongage again tonight from Diablo and Grim. A long time, Tuck, mate. A long time, mate. Yeah, definitely. I bet there'll be a few sore heads going to work in the morning up on Tyneside. There'll be a few sickies being thrown tomorrow in Newcastle, I'll tell you that. So, Stiggy's green ticks. I've got quite a few green ticks pushing up now, so I think evening, Manic. How are you, mate? I'll put myself in spectator mode for you, mate. I do realise I'm delaying a little bit. Stiggy's flashing. Stiggy's getting a bit impatient. But yeah, as I was saying previously, yeah, it's just an absolute abolishment of a track. This is absolute abolishment of a track. I do not like it one little bit. It's no Belgium, it's no Great Britain either, is it? You know, I'd rather race around Jeddah than race around Netherlands, around Zandvoort. But yeah, maybe next game it will still be in, but the game after, I believe it won't be there no more because it's getting taken off the calendar, and rightly so. Rightly so. I did see a. Don't talk to me about tracks. I'm a little bit upset. I did see a picture of the new Poxy Madrid track. How can they move to a track like that in Madrid when you've got a fantastic track like Catalunya, Barcelona? It's just, yeah, Madrid track looks absolutely disgraceful. What we got 5 past. Maybe we're waiting for any reason for the delay, Manic. If you can let me know, bud. We got 10 people in the chat. I suppose that's half decent. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good. Better than my Tuesdays have been, really. That's why we're waiting to. That's why we're waiting to go. I'm gonna go and get myself a beverage, and I'll be back. Anyway, while we're waiting, let's go back to the topic of Noodles' steak with Stilton. As I mentioned there, he did send me pictures, but what he actually didn't send me, he didn't send me a picture of the steak cutting off. Maybe he overdone it, and he made a ricket. He didn't show me how. Most famous thing about steak, as soon as you cooked it, you cut it in half, and you look how it's cooked. He didn't send me that. Maybe he was watching too much TV and he overdone his steak. The cheese looked nicely melted though, not gonna lie. Noodles just had, yeah, shitting out that well done steak, mate. I think that's what he's doing. Noodles shitting out that well done steak he cooked today. Yeah, I know. I'll get his message up. I'll get his message up, and I'll tell you exactly what it was. I'll tell you exactly what it was he had. Excuse the pronunciation, but let's have a look. Noodles, where is he? Right, he had. Here we go. Sirloin steak with Stilton cheese. That's the old stinky one, isn't it? Lyonese potatoes. Corn on the cob. I'll smash that. Yeah, paired with Chateauneuf de Poupe, the Pep, whatever the hell that is. I don't know what that was. I think that was. He's got a bit of wine out, the fella, isn't he? He's got a bit of wine out. I'm not gonna lie though, it does look nice. Like I said, a bit upset he didn't send me the inside of the steak. Like I said, I think he mashed it up. To be honest, lads, I think Noodles fucked the steak up. I think his Noodles fucked up his steak. But anyway, we're going now. People are going to put their setups on, and then we should be ready for one shot quali. Hey, Stocker's there. Yes, Stocker, you little legend. You made it. Let us know the score. I know you was late because your football team was playing. Let us know how hands have got on, mate. I see a post from you last week saying that they won 4-1, didn't they? Some result and a half, isn't that? We drew Leeds 2-2, so on Saturday, so it weren't too bad. Weren't too bad. PGR, the mighty Rangers. So here we go. One shot quali. 3-point gap between the two leaders. Glad to see Rostocker could get in time, so he can maybe put a challenge down and try and get himself up with the front two. No doubt he will be there or thereabouts. As me and, I don't know if you tuned in, any of you, but as me and Stiggy, my co-coms, on a Tuesday was talking about, it's pretty much nailed on the top 5, I would say, here for quali, but then the race can just throw anything up. So, especially when you've got a sprint and a feature race, so that throws anything up. But you've always got your usual suspects there or thereabouts in quali. You're always going to have Noodles, Stiggy up the front, Stocker there or thereabouts. If it starts raining, then Stocker's the man to look to, which doesn't look blue skies. Let's get the everything up. Got telemetry, got the track map up. All on soft tyres, which you'd expect. Currently sitting on board with Linked Piece. We sat on board with him last week, so let's go. Noodles is down in 14th. And he's not moving that much. Entron's already been disqualified from the session, driving our way. Oh, yeah, Entron had a qualifying ban. There's another one that's always there or thereabouts, is Little Pigeon. Firewise has been on great fire this season. Stocker is, I believe, Rage. Rage is doing a bit of sandcastle building. I don't know what's happening there. But currently, we're sitting on board fight. Oh, look, the Toon have given him a bit of emphasis. Old Tuck, who was sitting in first. But Noodles is now top of the leaderboard. He's shit out of that stake and he's flying now. He's left that stake back at turn 3 and he's absolutely flying now, his Noodles. And the Williams of Firewise was there in second for a moment, but he's now been overtaken by Stiggy and Little Pigeon. Friar Tuck gets himself. Let's stick up. I'm trying to jump on board with Tuck. He just flapped all the way down to the bottom. He must have invalidated Tuck. No! But there you go, Noodles. Stiggy just pips him on the line. Stiggy just pipped him on the line. Tuck, you was up there in second and third, mate. What you done? What you done, Tuck? So we got Stiggy followed by Noodles, Little Pigeon, Fireways. Great quality from the Williams boys. Links piece up there again. Got Armand, Skonsky, we've got Diablo, we've got Grim, Trouser, Ratigan, Matt F1 UK, Stocker. And look at that disqualification. He gets put Fire Tuck now right at the back. That's a bit out of order. He got 3/4 of the way around the track and then invalidated his lap. But somehow he gets put behind Rage, Stocker, Entron, and Fire Tuck. And Entron got disqualified before Tuck. That's a bit out of order, that is. Tuck should be at least 13th there, I believe. They've done you dirty there, Tuck, mate. The game's done you right dirty there, mate. I'm not going to lie. So we're getting ready now for a 12-lap sprint. Very short lap. round Netherlands. So we'll be through these 12 laps pretty quickly, I do believe. But yeah, as I said, Link's piece, he was up there then. He was up there again. So yeah, it's impressed me since he's joined as Link's piece, not gonna lie. Speaking of Link's piece, we're actually looking at his garage now. Look, number 21. Joker's left the session. Rage has left the session. Maybe that's a lag out. He was building sandcastles there at 1 minute, so I don't know if he's having a problem with his internet or Rage. See on the right hand side of the screen, the cars were already on the grid, so just maybe waiting for people to put their setups on. Well, not their setups, no, because the setups are already on. Strategy, but you don't need a strategy. It's a sprint race, so it's literally all the way through, no stopping, and here we go. Formation lap will give me a chance to get all my bits up. Tyres, ooh, everyone's on soft apart from Link's piece. Link piece is the only driver that's gone onto the mediums, so he may struggle in the first few laps, but the race could come to him towards the end because it is 12 laps. You got that this fast, the last turn, the bank turn, and you got a few fast corners around Netherlands, so his tyres may come to him at the end of his race. Say, let's say from lap 8 onwards, this could be. I'm saying the stops can do it though, but Link's piece may be the guy with the tyre to be on from, let's say, like I said there, lap 8 onwards. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, we got Stiggy, followed by Noodles, the top 3, and that's exactly how it sits in the championship. Followed by Pigeon, followed by Firewise. Great point. He's another one that's really impressed me this season. Really impressed me this season. If there's an award for most improved over the season in Legacy, I definitely have to go to Firewise in my opinion. Definitely. He's improved. He's impressed me a lot and improved a lot. Link's piece, Armin, Exgonski, Diablo, Grim Sleeper, Trouser, Ratigan, the 2 Aston Martins lying astern. Matt F1, let's say, hope he can stay in the lobby. He's had it, but there you go. Speaking of Matt F1, him and Ratigan have had a bit of coming together. Joker's actually not in his car at the minute. Stocker's at the back of the pack. He's going to want to make some moves up. Entron is 15th, and the man who got done bad, dirty, Tuck is at the back of the pack. So we are just all lining up. Bit of a shit camera angle that is. Come on, me, eh? At least we can see the lights properly, look. We're going to jump on board with Stiggy though. 5 lights. And we're off. They got held quite long, and Noodles had a decent start. He can get himself down the inside of Stiggy. Got himself down the inside of Stiggy there, no contact. Get all the way to Stopper's had a bit of a bad start right there at the back of the pack. He's managed to get himself back in front of Noodles. He fed off quite good. He handled that off, but I believe Pigeon, I thought Pigeon had been done. Exgonski, this is what I was talking about. Link's piece is coming under attack from the soft runners. Gives Exgonski loads of space on the inside there. Got Diablo just behind him. He's going to want to try and clear as soon as possible. Let's get that, put that on interval. We don't need that from the leader. Stiggy, ooh, Stiggy's had a moment. Stiggy fell right back, the back of the pack. So this is Noodles' advantage to take a big, massive chunk out of Stiggy. Don't know if there was contact. We didn't actually catch it on stream. There's a battle off between the 2 OGs of PGR, Tuck and Ratigan. But yeah, jump back on board now because Little Pigeon's going to be going for a move down the inside of Noodles. And he's got his teammate in the Williams just not far behind him also. You've got Noodles is still going to hang it around the outside. Is he going to get the inside track? Stocker's retired in the pit lane. Was that meant to be? I don't know why that would have happened. I did see something about him retiring, but They have no poly ban or anything, so I don't know why that's happened. I have to look in the Discord chat in between races and figure out exactly why that has happened. But his car's coming back out. I don't think it's going to cause any trouble for the drivers. Diablo's now losing the chunk of spaces. Diablo's completely off the track. Diablo's fell right to the back of the pack, barring Joker, but he's not in the lobby currently. So Diablo is now the one bringing up the back of the pack. Sneaky needs to work himself all the way back through this pack now. Evening, Rostocker, how come you retired in the pit, bud? Let us know. I did see a comment about it in Discord, to be honest with you, but I didn't 100% sure what it was for. Farways is the man who sets the fastest lap of the race. Noodles managed to get back in front. Ah, I'm not ready yet. There we go. Bang on. So Rostocker's currently not ready. What's the score, Rostocker? Keep us updated, mate. Keep us updated. Hope your boys are winning. So Noodles did actually manage to get himself in front of Little Pigeon. I reckon it's going to be a back and forth between these two, and that's just going to cause Farwaz. He's not going to be able to make any gains, I don't believe, with the car in front of him getting ERS and DRS 2-1 down. Unlucky, bud. Come on, Hansa. Vamos, Hansa. Vamos. But Link's Piece now still holding himself in 6th place in Link's Piece, but that soon could be taken off him by Mannequin behind. What he needs to do, he needs to make sure he stays in that ERS. If he loses that DRS, which he's very close to doing now, he's going to come under huge pressure from these soft runners behind. And now, speaking of this again, I reckon we're going to flip back over again between Little Pigeon and Farways, and Farways just seems to find himself a little bit too far behind to make any moves. Trouser does get the move done on Link's Piece, but he manages to fend off Matt F1 UK. Wim's having a great race. He's up there in 9th currently. He's got Entron all over the back of him. Ratigan's the first one that's fallen out of the DRS. Stiggy needs to try and claw back as much positions as he can. Trouser's going to be looking for car, and now Exgonski, he's the next one that's going to come under attack soon, because he's on the verge of falling out of the DRS. And if Trouser can get right onto the back of him, and then we're on lap 4 already. Farwaz needs to try and get a lot closer, but I have noticed the last couple of times round, these two in front seem to pull off him out of that last corner quite a bit, so he's always 5/10 behind. Yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing all right, Noodles, mate. He's doing all right. I don't know what happened there with Stiggy. I don't know what happened there with Stiggy to see if why you went back. But Noodles again takes the lead. It's all about Noodles now. As much as he wants to battle, but he needs to realise that his rival is currently down in 13th. So he just needs to try and maximise the point differential, and try and gain as much points as he can on him, which I do believe 16 points for a win in the sprint. So whatever points advantage you can get going into the feature race, that's what you'd want to do. Exgonski's just managed to keep in that DRS. The Trousers following him through though. Link's Piece he's just managed to keep into that DRS, so he's doing all right, but he's very low on the DRS. Oh, and there's Grim making a move, having a big, massive battle here with Matt F1 UK, and Entron's going to try and get himself involved in this as well if he can. And look at that. Noodles has now took a big chunk out of Pigeon. Pigeon may have had a little moment there. Farways is going to try and hold off. Farways manages to fend off the attack for the time being. Yeah, Farways is great there. Great defence there from Farways. Great defence. Trousers and Link's Piece has now fell 1.6 behind. Link's Piece could have come under huge pressure now from Matt F1 UK. And albeit that battling, with all that battling behind, they're still only finding themselves half as well. Matt is a 10th. He's literally putting big pressure here on Link's Piece. Big pressure. Chaz has got himself up into 5th. He's going to try and join this battle. Noodles has managed to claw that gap that was nearly up to 8 tenths last time we looked at them. He's now pulled it back down now into 2 tenths, so he's going to be right on the back of Noodles. Going to be right on the back of the Noodles, pretty much even. Pretty much even. Yeah, no, he may have some side pod damage or something like that, but his wing looks intact. So here we go now. Farwaz holding on to that 3rd place pretty comfortably now, not coming under attack like he was last time round. The one who's looking like he could be making some moves soon is actually Trouser. Now is this where Linkspeed's tyres start coming into their own and he can start making moves, but at the moment he's only really got Exkonsky in front of him because Trouser's 1.82 seconds nearly up the road. Got the 2 stake Saubers, literally 10th and 11th. Oh, Exkonsky's just had a moment. And he's lost his front wing. Is that going to be a safety car? Hello, Stephen. How are you, mate? How are you, buddy? Hope you're well, bud. So he's completely got no front wing. So that puts Linkpiece could be under. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars behind him, all within striking distance. But the problem is here, the straight here at Zandvoort is not very long. So, but I reckon he may only lose 1 place, I do believe. I don't think Entron's close enough. Does he even lose 1 place? Matt's gone, give him loads of space there as Matt gets all over that exit curb. Nice side by side watching on board here from Entron. And remember that car on the right hand side, Linkspeed is his teammate. And they're still going at it up the hill. But Matt F1, he manages to get the move done. Going to jump back on board with his front 3 and they've pulled away from 4th now. Just hitting their bundles of ERS, the front 3, absolute bundles. Trouser's going to want to start making some moves now as well if he can get that 4th place. Linkspeed and Entron, the 2 teammates are now going at it, the 2 Haas boys, side by side. A little bit of wheel banging, but that's not too bad. And you've got the Stake Sauber boys just behind them, willing to pick up the pieces if they can. Actually, let's go and sit on board. And Trouser does get that 4th place, as I've just mentioned. And Tuck comes flying down the inside of his teammate. Got a lovely little 5-car battle here now, and Raglan's going to join, so we've got 6 cars here all together. Stiggy must have a little bit of damage somewhere. Don't know if it's side pod or very slight wing damage, I'm not too sure. Maybe with his battling now he's going to make up, but he's constantly been that 2 seconds behind me. On lap 9 of 12 currently. So we've got a few laps left. Trouser's going to try and claw some of that 1.4 back, otherwise he's going to come under pressure and maybe change positions and lose that 4th place next time round. There he goes, Entron, right all over the back of Matt F1 UK. This is where Linkpiece's tyres should be coming into their own now, 8 lap old mediums. Golden Trouser manages to fend off the attack, so he's there, but he's lost a lot of time in doing that. I think Pigeon is just sitting behind now, and Pigeon's just going to wait and pick his moment. I think there was enough, in Pigeon's mind, there was enough to and fro-in, exchanging positions with Noodles. So with Noodles now just stacking up, knowing that he's got DRS from the car in front, that he's not really going to come under attack from far ways behind. Stiggy just goes from bad to worse even. Not that it's going to make any difference because he's got Diablo 15 seconds behind him. So we've got Exkonsky's on a fresh set of soft tyres, so he could be going for fastest lap here, but maybe not with 14% ERS, he might not be. He could maybe charge if Yeah, that's it, X20. Charge the whole lap, mate. Charge the whole lap and then try and ping that fast lap in right at the end. So yeah, Farwell's knows he's comfortable from behind. He's not getting caught from behind. So this pretty much looks like your front three, but in what order? I think Fireways is pretty much nailed on for third. It's where do these two? He's burning slightly, it's Pigeon, but I think he's going to save and make his move on the next lap. Trouser again manages to fend off, and he's got bundles of ERS as Trouser. And then Armin's trying to do the same thing. Armin's saving up his ERS, he's on 100%. And Link's Piece has actually lost out. He's falling backwards as Link Piece. He's now down in 8th. I said Farways maybe nailed on for third. He's looking for more. He's now got the... He gets within 2 tenths, but then he falls half a second behind. So, I believe the last couple of laps, this is what Pigeon has been saving up for. Look, Fireways, just in this part of the track, he just seems to fall so far behind. Maybe it's his setup. He's got more of a higher, a lower downforce setup, which gives him the speed through the twisty part of the track. But here we go now. Pigeon's burning, but so is Noodles. Noodles may have fended this off. Noodles has maybe fended this off. He has. Trouser loses fourth, but he's still going to try and hang it around the outside. Coming sitting on board with Trouser now. Stiggy finally gets Rattigan. Stiggy and Rattigan are going at it, but Stiggy will lose that place anyway because he will be getting that 3-second time penalty unless he can get it removed. But there's Little Pigeon all over the back of Noodles. But Noodles doing what Noodles needs to do. Oh, and that customary Noodles slide and drift. Is this where Pigeon feels? Does Pigeon feel now? Has he got the run on him? He's got to be burning. He's managed to hold it off. He saved enough ERS. He did with Noodles there. It's been a very confident drive there from Noodles. Fantastic. Coming around the last turn now. So, oh, look at the gap. Look at the gap. What a finish. Look at the gap. Noodles by the skin of his teeth from Little Pigeon. Farways, great drive from the Williams boys, first and third. Armin in fourth. We've got Manic just behind Armin also. Look, 0.71. Got Entron, Matt F1 UK, Link's Piece. Tyres didn't really come into it as I would have thought. So, Fried Tuck, Room Sleeper, Rattigan, Stiggy, Diablo with his wheel hanging off. Exdonsky, did he get fastest lap? I don't believe he did. And then Rage, who lagged out the lobby before the sprint started. So, driver of the day, Entron. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, he'll get my driver today as well. Also, Entron, 15th to 6th. Great drive there from Entron. And who actually did get the fastest lap? I believe it was Stiggy. Stiggy got the fastest lap. Yeah, I was going to say that, mate. You just was just about to say that, mate. If anybody feels they were hard done by in the sprint or anything, clip it. Make sure you're saving your footage. Clip it. Get it in incidents, and I'm sure the stewards will look at it. So now we're waiting now to go into our second one-shot quali. Stiggy, what happened at the beginning, mate? How come you dropped from like third down to the bottom? Because Rattigan weren't right around you then, so What happened there, mate? How can we drop so far back? Or tell me after the one shot, mate. Because you're just about to start one shot quali, mate. Tell me in between. Tell me in between one shot and the start of the race. Let us know what happened, bud. Was it contact? Did you lose it? So that's a good points advantage. So that now puts Noodles in the lead of the championship. I would say maybe, I think it's 16 points for the sprint. We're going to sit on board with... I'm going to sit on board with Farwaz. I can bloody find him. It won't even... Entron's retired from the session. We're on board with Ratigan. There we go. I'm not going to try and change it anymore. So we've got Little Pigeon currently. He's put himself down in fifth. Rostocker's back in the qualifying now. He's got himself up to third. We've got Link's Piece. Stocker now goes up to first. Ratigan down in 14th. Let's try and join these lead one. Noodles now puts himself up into first. Noodles, Link's Piece and Rostocker to-ing and throwing. We've got Farwaz. He's now dropped down to seventh. It's just too hard to try and keep. Everyone just keeps moving. But currently the man that's not moving at the minute is Noodles, currently sitting on top of the pile. Followed by Rostocker. Stiggy now gets himself into it. He's got himself in. Can he snatch it from Noodles right at the death again? But this time he has another driver to contend with, which is Stocker. Just coming around the last corner now. Still Noodles currently. Link's Piece retired from the session. He was up there battling at front stage. And this time Noodles does not get caught on the line. So Noodles, on the back of his strong performance in the sprint, also takes pole position for the feature race, which is Noodles, followed by Stiggy. He's going to want better luck in the feature race than he did in the sprint. Stocker, Little Pigeon. That's what I always say. Look, it's pretty much nailed on, these positions. Farways, Exkonsky, Armand, Trouser, Grim, Friatuck, Ratigan, Diablo, Matafon UK, Joker, Link's Piece, Entron. Entron and Link's Piece did not set a lap, either of them. Neither did Joker, but we know he's currently Rage is not sitting in his car currently. I think he's left the lobby altogether. Yeah, so Stiggy, if you're listening, mate, let us know what happened. Let us know what happened in that sprint. Now it doesn't look as blue skies in the sprint. It looks very, very grey. Very grey and very overcast. Is there rain on the horizon? That's the big question. Is there rain on the horizon? Is the feature race going to be interrupted by rainfall, as Australia was this morning? But speaking of Australia, shout out to Manix Man as well, Antonioli, or however you pronounce his surname, or Kimmy, little Kimmy. Finished fourth, went down to fifth, but got reinstated back to fourth. A great drive on your debut. Great drive on your debut with all that commotion, all the rain. But yeah, absolutely fantastic drive. I reckon he's going to be doing bits in F1. We're doing good bits, I do believe. I think he's going to be on for a great season. Ferraris are disappointing as usual. Ferrari doing Ferrari things. The racing balls look good up to a point. So we go on a formation lap. Let's go and have a look at people's tyres. There we look at that. Stiggy could come under huge attack from the two behind, Stocker and Little Pigeon. So we've got Noodle soft, Stiggy medium, Stocker soft, Pigeon soft, Farwaz medium, Exkonsky soft, Arm and Trouser, Grim, Fire Tuck, all on medium, Ratigan, Diablo, Matafon UK, Joker on the soft, Link's Piece and Entron on the medium tyre. Take care, Rage, mate. Thank you, buddy. Unlucky, mate. Unlucky, bud. But yeah, for me, the sooner EA gets out of F1 gaming, it's going to be better, mate. We all had such high hopes when EA decided they was going to join the franchise, but for me, they took it back 3 or 4 steps. So, on board with Entron, got 2 Hasses bringing up the rear, the pack. And I believe I'm going to sit on board with Pigeon for this start to see if Stocker gets swamped. We'll take the leaderboard off for the time being to get a full screen of it. Just waiting for Rage's car to join the back of the grid. I think that's all set up now. And we're just waiting for the lights. And there we go, we got 1, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4, we got 5, and we are a go. Stiggy's had a decent start, but he's going to have Stocker right up beside him in a minute. He had a little bit of a spin when he was getting up through the mid gears, but he manages to retain it and get it all back together. But he has lost that position out to Stocker, who drops him down to 3rd currently. Pigeon hasn't managed to make any gains. So we are going to flip down the pack. We've got Diablo making, and Diablo and Grim. Diablo got all over the grass there, all over the grass. But a fairly clean start. We've got Pigeon all over the back of Stiggy, which you'll expect at this stage of the race. I believe it won't be too long before we see Pigeon making a move on Stiggy, because them tyres are just not up to temperature yet. How's the other soft runner doing? The next one, Skip. He's all over the back of the Mercedes in front. Might find a Grim's got himself into battles already. Battling with Diablo, battling with Matt F1 UK. Ratigan's going to try and be the next one to pass Grim. And there we go. As I mentioned, Ratigan will get Grim now. But as I just mentioned, it won't be that long, and it is now. The end of lap 1, start of lap 2, Pigeon makes the move on Stiggy. Now Stiggy's got the safe knowing that he's got 2 drivers behind him who are currently on the same tyre. So that should be able to now get him into a bit of a groove, get his head down and start putting in some consistent laps until his tyres come into it, which I believe, well, we see in the sprint race, then softs held on quite long. And Link's piece didn't make the gains I thought he would have done from lap 8 onwards. So it's about just hanging on and seeing how far these soft runners can drag these tyres. That's the question. And also pitting now in this race, got to be very careful. It's a bit of a common track here for pit lane infringements. So because of the fast pit entry. So you need to be very careful on the pit entry here. Firewise has fell 1.7, 1.8 behind. He's had a big moment as Firewise. And he's up onto the grass again. That's not going to help his cause. Stocker now takes the lead. Stocker takes the lead of Noodles. But Noodles in 2nd, Pigeon in 3rd, Stiggy in 4th. We've got Fire Tuck and Entron having a right old bangage right at the back of the pack. Don't matter position what you're racing for here in PGR, you're always racing for a position. And then we've got a big chunk from 5th down. We've got Eskonski, Firewise, Diablo, Trouser, Ratigan, Matafone UK, Grim, Link's piece. We've got a big train of cars from 5th downwards. And Stiggy's keeping himself in this fight at the front. So as long as he can just keep on the back of these soft runners, I reckon the race will end up coming to Stiggy. Trousers had a bit of a moment. Trousers lost 2 positions. And we got a caution sector 2. Caution sector 2, I believe that could be Entron. Yes, it is. And Tux fell off the back of the pack slightly as well. So here we go. We're going to jump back on board. Pigeon's a bit too far back. I believe Noodles is going to make the move. Look at telemetry up. I haven't even got that up yet. And there we go. There's Noodles making the move. Stiggy's actually made the move on the Pigeon. The Stiggy now finds himself back in the third place. Ex-Gonski's managed to pull up a place as well. So let's go to position changes. Diablo's up 4, Link's Piece up 4, Fire Tuck, Grim and Trouser all down 4. Stocker's up 1, Siggy's down 1, Pigeon's where we started, Noodles is where we started. Farwaz is down 2, he's lost 2 off the start as Farwaz. So here we are currently. Big lock up there from Stiggy, big lock up there. But Rage didn't have the best. Rage didn't have the best corner there. Not Rage, sorry. I was just looking at Rage's comment in the chat. Little Pigeon didn't have the best corner there, so I don't think he's going to be able to get himself right on the back of Stiggy. There it is. No, I don't think there's going to be no movements this time. Not well. Just as I say that, yeah, Pigeon has managed to get back through on Stiggy and still kept himself within. Battle going on here, 5th and 6th, and then there's also a battle between Ratigan and Diablo down the back of the pack. Are they going to keep it clean? Let's have a look. Diablo, is he going to put it down the inside? Oh, the Alpine of Matt F1, he's trying to get himself involved in this also. Trousers already in the pit. Trousers pit for the hard tyre. I don't know if that was for wing. I don't know if he changed his wing also. We jumped on him a little bit too late. But you believe now, Trouser would either hope for a safety car or try and get all the way with these hard tyres. That is pitted a lot earlier than anybody else would have, or has, or will do, should I say. So as you are at the front, Noodles, followed by Stocker, followed by Pigeon. There was no overtaking down that DRS straight, which is pretty much a given, really. You don't really get a lot of overtakes. Not down that straight, no, especially when you got the big pit straight, well, standard pit straight, let's call it. So we're going to jump on board. We're going to see Ross Stocker go through now. Stiggy, I don't think Stiggy's close enough. I don't think Pigeon's close enough. So it's just going to be the move on Stocker. The move Stocker and Noodles. That's all we're going to see that time round. We've got Exkonsky all over the back, but he ain't going to get the move done before. Then one, we've got caution set to 1. That maybe Matt F1 UK's in the wall. Matt F1 UK's in the wall. I don't know if that was through contact. He's got it going again, so I don't think there's going to be any virtual safety car. Has he got wing damage? Yeah, he's lost the left end plate, so he's maybe going to have to pull into the pits. He's maybe going to have to pull into the pits and get that wing changed. Diablo just lost out to Fire Tuck. And Diablo's got damage also with right end plate. So I don't know if that was a coming together between Diablo and Matt F1 UK, because they were together on track and they were battling up here somewhere with Ratigan. So I don't know if that's been a coming together between Diablo and Matt F1 UK. And if Matt's got his left end plate missing, Diablo's got his right end plate missing, that could be where the contact was made. They're both leaving carbon fireballs scattered around the track. Sconsi pulls himself up into 5th place. You see Ratigan was trying to make a move down Farwaz, but he's going to have to tuck himself in behind. There's been no moves here at the front either. Between Stocker, Noodle, Stocker, Pigeon, Stiggy, and a big 5-second gap back to Stonsky. So barring any safety cars, I reckon already it's fair to say, even 7 laps into a 36-lap race, we need to find 3 from 4. 3 from 4. So there's 3 podium positions up for grabs, and there's 4 drivers that are fighting for it. So 1 is sadly going to be left out at the end of this race, and now that is a decent camera angle. So we're going to see Stocker stay on this camera angle down the straight. Stands. Yeah, as soon as you mention anything like. We're going to jump back on board with Stocker. Stocker gets the move done, but Pigeon just slightly pulled out of it. If he would have carried on going, I do believe Pigeon may have been able to get the move done, but at what cost? So he's just lifted off the throttle, got himself tucked in behind him. Oh, Stocker has a big moment there, big tank snapper. Yeah, and there you go. As I was mentioning previously, you need to be very careful with this pit entry. Matt has decided to carry on, even with his wing damage. Matt has decided to carry on. He feels that he doesn't need to pit just yet. Diablo's gone to medium. So Diablo may have to pit again. But at least he's got both end plates on his car now and it'll be handling like it should be. How did Trouser get on? Trouser, he's got himself right on the back of Diablo now though, so it wasn't a big undercut, although he's been on 3-lap old hards. And Diablo was caught in a bit of friction and had a wing change. So Manic didn't make the most of an undercut. Now I don't think the undercut is too powerful around here. And I think that just goes to show. But remember, Manic is trying to find his feet again. He's just recently, again, I believe, flicked back to no traction. Got moves going off it. Oh, Noodles and Stocker have a bit of a coming together that allows Pigeon to get through on Stocker. But Stocker going to try and take the shorter distance round the corner. No, he doesn't. So he's just going to have to sit in behind, but there was a little bit of a coming together between Noodles and Stocker. Maybe Noodles thought he left a bit more, he had a bit more room than he thought, but Stocker got pushed out onto the gravel. One moment, guys. And I think Noodles has let off and let Stocker through, so that's great sportsmanship there from Noodles. I think he realised his mistake and he let Stocker back through at the cost of losing an additional position to Pigeon. So fantastic there from Noodles. Stiggy's still there. Stiggy's going to be hoping now that these tyres come to him and he can start making the moves that he wants, because look, that was 5 seconds, that was, but Ekskonski's now pulling it down. Stocker gets himself up into first place. Followed by Pigeon. Farwaz gets the move done. Ekskonski, he's lost a bundle of positions as Ekskonski. He was just there in 5th place. Now finds himself now down in 8th. Been overtaken by Farwaz, the Mercedes and the Aston Martin. And then he's got to have a linked piece on the back of him now. How long are these soft tyres gonna last for? That's the question. Venga, Desea. Buenas noches, cariño. Un besito. Un besito, papá. Venga, chupete. Mira, chupete, Desea. No, parte. Adiós. Sorry, that's it. Just come say good night. So, coming back round now for another punt down the pit straight. I don't think Stiggy's close enough to make any moves, especially with the cars in front of him that have got DRS. So is Stocker going to lose out too? This is what Pigeon pulled out last time, but Stocker breaks late and he tries to hang it around the outside, but Pigeon manages to get them in. A little bit squirmy on the exit there was Pigeon, but he manages to get it all done. Noodles just sits in behind, watching it all play out. Farwaz has now lost that 5th place. There's a big battle here between 4 cars. 5 cars now, even Link's piece is involved in this as well. Trouser did manage to get Diablo. Diablo still, if Diablo has to pit again, I don't think these mediums are going to go all the way to the end. Diablo's going to have to serve that 10-second tip. He's not gone past as fast as I thought he would, and he goes quite deep as well, this Diablo. So Manic might be able to hold this off, but I think the grip of Diablo's tyres, is going to see him round, and again Manic might go and try and go for the switchback, but no, Diablo's got too much grip in them tyres, didn't manage to get it done. So we see these softs still look competitive, and Diablo and Trouser, he finds himself in battles every week, there's old Diablo, and they're trying to push it too wide round there, wow, and they managed to pull it off. Link's piece is pit off his medium. Is that for damage? Is that for damage? Is that for damage? No, it's not. A very early pit stop for the mediums. But he would know because he was the only one in the sprint that started on the mediums. So are these soft runners now coming back? Because I'll tell you who is looking feisty now is Stiggy. Stiggy's looking very feisty now. Everything on the guys. Right, Pigeon's pit. I just walked back into the room. Just as I walked back into the room, I see Pigeon pit. So Pigeon's the first one out of these front runners that have actually pulled into the pit. Fireworks are now up into fourth. Still got Fonsky and Rattigan. Rattigan's having a great race. Pulls from sector 1. Who's that? That's Friar Tuck's had a moment. He's on the grass. Has he lost any of his wing? Yes, he has. He's lost a big chunk of his left-hand plate. The end plate and the wing. So he may feel that he's just going to come in for a pit stop now. And he could be able to change the hards and go through to the end. But it's where does Pigeon come out? Where does Pigeon come out? That's the question. I mean, when these guys do pit, Noodles has gone in. Get that car slowed down. Oh, just gets it slowed down just in time. Now we're going to sit on board with Pigeon and see where he comes out in comparison to Noodles, which I believe is going to be a big decent chunk ahead of him. A big chunk ahead of him. Armour's left the session. I don't know if he's disqualified or he's not in his car. I don't know what's happened there. But his car's gone, so he won't be going anywhere. He'll just fall to the back of the pack. So now it's Stockart is the man out in front. He's going to have Stiggy. And he's just joined, but his car's been disqualified, so that'll be the end of that race there. The Stocker decide is this the lap for him to pit, and Noodles has managed to get back in, so it wasn't that big of a gap. There was only 6/10, but here goes Stocker now. How dangerous this pit entry is. Gets it slowed down. Yeah, he went in time. So Stiggy's the man that takes up the mantle now. He's the leader of this race. And where does Pigeon come out in context to Stocker? We look hungry. They've got a little bit of a gap. The Stocker's just coming out of the pit now, so that extra lap is hitting really hard compared to Noodles. Look, I believe that's what, 2 seconds now. 2 seconds he's behind. He's got a gain. Albeit he's got 2 lap fresher tyres than Pigeon, 1 lap fresher tyre than Noodles. So everybody's flipping on now to the hard tyre. Well, no, Stocker's gone medium. Stocker may feel we had to go all the way to the end on the mediums. Does Stiggy extend his stint to around about lap 22 and do, because Matt F1, look, he's on 14 lap old medium, 14 lap old softs. So does Stiggy feel that he can go to lap 22, 7 more laps? Because that's roughly what these other guys have got to do. And then he can go on to the softs at the end, or will he feel just to play it safe and go on to the hard tyre? But knowing his championship rival is on the medium, that may sway him to push and go onto the softs for his last run. but we're a long way from that yet. We're only on lap 16, so far away. It's nice to see Grew up there in third, albeit still needs to pit. All that third, but Noodles is now overtaking him now. So what's he got, Stiggy? He's got 14 seconds, and that gap's only going to be coming down. 14.6 seconds to Noodles. So, what does Stiggy try and do? What does Stiggy do? Does he pit very soon, or just play it safe, go into the mediums, or onto the hard, or does he try and extend this, knowing that he's going to be constantly losing the gap? But will he leave himself too much to do on the soft tyre? Matt's now on 15 lap hold. Yeah, I'm sure we'll see Matt coming into the pit now, on this time round for sure. That lap now is now down to 13.7. 13.7. You've got the top two, first, second, fifth, 8th and 11th are all still to pit. So Trials and Diablo are still having a right old battle here, down for 12th and 13th. It all gets very close to the back of Trials and Diablo, but he managed to get it slowed down in time, so it's not a problem. But these hard tyres on Manic haven't impressed me a lot. They're actually a horrible tyre around this track, if I remember correctly. Stoppers want to try and clear Grim as soon as possible. Beautiful to the right. Grim knows that's not his battle. Grim knows that's not his battle at the minute. So Stopper's now 2.1 seconds behind Little Pigeon, and that could just get further and further because these two are going to be gaining ERS off each other. So for the next few laps, these two could work as a team and pull themselves away from Stocker, because Stocker's not going to have any assistance now, apart from ERS, which is pretty much similar to the drivers that he's battling here. So Diablo takes Trials Oscar. I think it's going to be a race-long battle between these two until Diablo has to pit again, because I don't think Diablo's tyres are going to go all the way to the end. So here's where we're going to see now, look. Oh, Pigeon just had to get out of it there. He took a little bit too much curve on the inside. But Noodles is now gaining on his teammate. He's only 2.1 now behind his teammate. And that gap to Stiggy is just dropping it now, 11 seconds. Got back into 1.8 at Stocker, but I think you'll find this is where now they're going to pull away from him. Yeah, look, 1.8, 2, 2.1. This is where Stocker's going to lose a lot of time. He's lost nearly half a second, but albeit he claimed 2 tenths of it back. But yeah, lap 19 for Stiggy. I think Stiggy's going to try and, Stiggy's going to hold out and try and go for the alternate strategy and go on the soft tyre, but then he's going to have to battle himself back through the pack if he wants any chance of battling with Noodles or Pigeon or Stocker. But what Stiggy would love now, Stiggy would absolutely love a safety car now. Stiggy would absolutely love a safety car, or maybe not, because if it won't. If it come now, he'll have to put us on this world too long for the soft. But look, Matt F1's still going round on 18 lap hold. I think now Matt's got to the point where he's losing more time. So I think it's better for him just to come into the pits, because he's going to be ending up doing the exact same amount of laps than he is on the soft tyre and the medium tyre. Now Farwise has pit. Farwise, let's see what tyres Farwise puts on. I think you'll see the red rim tyre. Yep, Farwise is going softs. So there we go, there's the gap now. They're right behind each other. The gap from Stiggy to Noodles is to 9.5 seconds. But for this, Noodles, you've got Pigeon just behind him as well. Stocker's not really making a lot of inroads at the minute. Stiggy wants to hope these two get in the right big battle to pull some time away from them, because at the moment they're reeling them in each lap. And look, albeit Farwaz dropped, right, so that gives us an indication. Farwaz dropped down to 9th, okay, and he's 3.4 seconds behind Rattigan. Now, he was 6 seconds behind Stiggy, so Stiggy's going to come out around about Ekskonsky, I believe, there or thereabouts. So he's going to have a lot of work to do, and if these two just keep on overtaking on this straight, it's going to make it that it's, I reckon Stiggy might have a lot to do, you know, on them soft tyres. Grim decides to pit from 5th. Now look, Stocker keeps getting it down to 1.7, 1.8, but then he loses it again all on the straight. Mac 20 lap old softs. Gee, he's going to be in puncher territory now, I believe. And he's yellow fuel lights on as well. Anybody else got their fuel light on? No, that's the only one. Lixby's having a great race up into 5th. Trouser wouldn't have made the gains that he would have wanted on these hard tyres. He's been in this battle now with Diablo for a long time. Unless I can't have Rattigan there up in 5th as well, on 5 lap hold. Stiggy's now decided to pit. So this is where the race is on. Where's Stiggy going to come out? He's going to come out. He's going to come out a long way. So okay, Stiggy's going to come out only in 4th. That's good there from Stiggy. So he can make some good gains now. He hasn't got, the only cars he's got are the podium runners in front of him, and he's got 9 seconds to make up to get onto the back of Stocker, and then he's got an additional 2 to get onto the back of these front 3. The Ferrari of Ekskonsky, he's now pitted also. Entron's pitted. So that's going to be a few positions there, I believe, for Diablo and Manic. Rattigan's having a great race. Look at Rattigan up there in 5th place. Going to have Link's piece all over the back of him, but he's got the tyre advantage on him at the moment. Farwaz is going to be joining this. He's already there. He's already joined it. Let's keep an eye on this gap from Stiggy to Stocker. There's still a lot to play for. We're only on lap 22 of 36. So there's still a big chunk of this race left. Now, as I said previously, now Stocker's now finally getting himself back involved in this battle. Stiggy wants Stocker to get in this battle and make this a 3-car battle, and that's just going to make his job a lot easier. If these cars just start slowing each other up. And Stocker's actually on the fresher tyres out of all of them. Link's piece does get Rattigan. Rattigan's going to try to switch back. That's the grip. He doesn't have the grip there out of that tyre. He's still got decent tyres underneath him as Link's piece. Oh, he gets, well, what's a move there from Farwaz. Didn't even see that coming. Great move there from Farwaz. Stiggy now 7.7. Stocker's nearly back into, and Trouser and Diablo are still going at it. Having a right old battle of these two. Been going on for the last 7, 8, 9 laps. Currently Diablo in front of Trouser. Ekskonsky is going to be bearing down on these very soon. He's only 2.9 behind, and he's on the soft tyre. Stocker's now fell out to 1.7 after getting within 1.1. Stiggy now puts in the fastest lap of a 1:10.7, and he's now down to 6.8. But he can't go hell for leather, Stiggy. He doesn't want to take all the life out of his tyres. He needs to gradually ease them in and still save a little bit of life in these tyres for when he does finally catch this battle in front of him. Because even when he does get up to Stocker's no easy man to overtake. So he's now back to 1.4 Stocker. But again, same as it was last time, we're coming back round now to the pit straight. And this is where Pigeon just gets that little bit of advantage because he gets the DRS off Noodles in front of him. Noodles is sitting there on nearly 100% DRS. Wow. So he's just fully charging Noodles and using it to defend on the straight. Oh, Matt F1 UK retired from the session. Oh, it's in the pit lane. It's in the pit lane. So he's not going to be... There goes Pigeon now going for the move. I don't know why you would run that long and then just retire. I don't get it. Okay. Noodles come back and retook Pigeon. And this is what he wanted. Look, this is what Stocker wanted. Stocker's now right in this battle now. Stocker's right in this battle. Stiggy's 5.7. But again, not another strong day for the Williams boys. They're going to take some beating. They've got over 120 point lead in the constructors. And now they were first and third in the sprint. And now they're first and fifth in the feature. They're going to take some beating, these Williams boys. Absolutely fantastic. 5.5. But he's been on the tyres a few laps now. Been on the tyres 3 laps. Wants to start pouring that gap down as quick as he can because Stocker's now right on the back of these boys here. Look. Noodles is fully charged. Stocker's not too shy on ERS either. Yes, he gets the DRS open. He's in hot lap. Is he going to get the move done? Is Noodles defending? Matt F1 UK's left the session. I don't know quite what happened there with Matt F1 UK. He done 20 laps on the soft tyre, then he drove into the pit and then retired. I don't quite get it. So we are on board with Stocker now, getting himself right in this fight. Rattigan and Links piece got at it again. Trousers now put a car, well no, not put a car, I think that's Ex-Gonski. He's got himself in between Diablo and Trouser. He's making these moves now. Don't want to jinx it, but mind you, it is quite hard. There's not many places here around Zandvoort, but the only time penalty we have currently is Diablo, and that was a pit lane infringement. So there's actually been no corner cutting penalties. But as mentioned, there's not a lot of corners that you can actually cut round here in Zandvoort. So 4.3 now, Stiggy. He's working it down. Here we go, onto the main straight. He's got a massive advantage of ERS. This is where Stocker might come under trouble now because he's just in a DRS train now and he just can't, as long as Noodles doesn't catch up to Pigeon, but he's got himself right back into it now. And this could be where Stiggy now finds it harder because with Stocker getting, as Stocker was suffering a few laps ago from Pigeon and Noodles, the same thing now is going to happen to Stiggy. He can make a chunk of time, but he's going to end up losing time when these boys hit the DRS zones because they're just going to be pulling away from him. But he's now got it under 4 seconds. I think if we jump on board with Stiggy, he may just be able to see them on the horizon. Not at the moment, he can't. It's 3.8 seconds. There you go. Look, he could just see sight of Stocker's car. You can just see sight of them. That's going to maybe give them that little bit of extra impetus. There they are. Look, there you go. A little wiggle there from Stiggy. You get your head down, Stig, and just concentrate, bud. He's now got that down to 3.4. Stocker's now all over that back of Noodles. Now let's see how much time Stiggy does lose out on this straight. 3 points. He's actually gaining. I think this is where he's going to lose it now. Yeah, look. But now 3.4. Stocker's going to stick it down the inside. This is only going to, look, he went back out to 4 seconds there, look, went back out to 4 seconds, but this battling, that's going to claw all that time back again. We'll claw all that time back. There we go, 3 point, look, it went from 4, he clawed back a second through that corner, a Stiggy, due to these lot battling out in front. 2.8. If Siggy comes back and wins this, it's going to be some hell of a drive. I'll be honest with you, it'll be some hell of a drive. Has he saved enough life in his tyres to be able to bite at these once he gets there? That's the question as well. Trouser and Diablo trap. Look at Ekskonski. Look, he's pulled 3 seconds away from Trouser, albeit Trouser's on 23 lap on hard tyres. Some going there from Trouser. Noodles have lost out the Pigeon, but they haven't managed to get Stocker out in front. Stiggy would have been hoping for a little bit more battling. A little bit more battling from the front three than that was there. But still don't mind, he's got it down to 2 now. Stiggy's going to be, I reckon, about lap 31, 32. Stiggy's going to be in this fight. And then he's going to leave himself 4 to 5 laps to be able to make moves and get the job done that he needs to get done. On the plus side for Stiggy as well, he's only 1 position behind his championship rival Noodles instead of the 10 positions that was in the sprint. It may be a lot earlier than 31, because if these 3 get into a big battle here now down the end of this pit straight, Stiggy could be in this battle sooner rather than later. He's going to join it, but when? He's 1.4 now. 1.4, 7 lap on medium soft tyres. We've still got a lot of bite. We see the guys doing 12 laps in the sprint and still doing alright. And most of these guys went 14, 15 in the sprint race. In the first stint, sorry. So there's just one standard overtake again. The Stocker going to try and stick it down the inside. No, Stocker backs out. But again, this is where Stiggy lost a bit of time then through that DRS. Stiggy needs to get into this DRS as soon as possible. As soon as possible, which I think will be very soon. He's now 1.3 behind. .2. What he needs to do is to match these boys in front. Stiggy needs to get on the back of this DRS and recharge. That's what he needs to do. And there he goes, he's in it, and he's got it. That was 9.17. There we go. And Stiggy can maybe just sit back here for a couple of laps, get his thoughts together. He's only got, what, he'll have 6 laps left, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. And look at that, he's already on 44%. Because to be honest, you don't want to be the lead driver going into the last lap. Rattigan takes link piece. It's all status quo at the minute. Stiggy this time, he's not losing any time on the straights now because he's managed to pull himself back. But he does need to try and pick these cars off one by one. Say every couple of laps, like this lap or next lap, he needs to try and get closer and maybe pick off Noodles this lap. Go another lap, then try and pick off Stocker. And then get himself into perfect position, to prime position, to take Pigeon possibly going on to lap 36. But again, these 3 drivers at the front here, there's no easy overtakes here in PGR, so he just needs to time it correctly, get himself as close as he can to Noodles, and especially with the levels of the ERS. Going now, going up from that 31 to 32. Has he got himself close enough for Stiggy? The problem is Noodles is absolutely stacked up with ERS. And there goes Trouser, and there goes Stocker. I apologise. Does Noodles try and get the move done? No, he doesn't. He just sits in behind. Who's going to be the one to miss out? Who's going to be the one to miss out and not finish on the podium out of these 4 drivers? There goes Stiggy now. Seems to have maybe got a decent run on Noodles. Will he try and make a move round here or into the next DRS zone? And it's times like if you've got enough, you can make a move in this DRS zone knowing that the car in front of you, you're still going to have DRS for the pit straight. Where if it's just 2 cars, you wouldn't really go for a move in this DRS. But Stiggy could feel that he could go for a move down here. Diablo picks up a 3 second, that puts him on 13 now. thought Stiggy may have tried to go for a move down the inside there, but he needs to get this. He needs to get Noodles this lap, this time round. Stocker's now the man out in first place. Possibly Stiggy's tired have had their best days already as well. Look, they're just pulling away from in front. Side by side, Pigeon was sitting on board with Stiggy watching all this play out. Pigeon and Stocker side by side. He goes for a very short. Is he going to hang around the outside of Noodles? No, he hasn't. Oh, I thought he'd hang it right around the outside there. He did. Noodles lost a lot of time. He did do it. Oh my God. So Stiggy's starting to make his way through. I don't know what happened to Noodles next. I looked behind, there was a ghosted car. So I thought it was going to be a lap car or something. Maybe Joker's car, but no, it was actually Noodles was ghosted for some reason. So here goes Stiggy. Oh, Pigeon's had a bit of a moment. Can he go down the outside of Pigeon? Pigeon goes defensive. Manages to hold him off. Noodles has managed to get himself back into DRS. Lap 33 going on to lap 34. You see Stiggy last time round take a very tight line. Is he going to try that again and get a big run? It's all to play for, Oh, let's not count out Noodles. Noodles is back here, but he has got a bit of a gap. He's fell outside that DRS. Stiggy's looking very attacking now. Raggan and Link's piece is still cracking up with their radio old battle, and Trouser and Diablo are still only half a second apart. But this is where the battle is. I'm sorry guys, I'm going to have to stay on board with this battle here. I do apologise. I want to try and get everybody on stream, but this is where the battle is. Noodles still kept himself within DRS. What can Stiggy do? He's all over the back of Stocker now. Is this where Stiggy and Stocker make the move on Pigeon? Do they make the move on Pigeon here? Stocker definitely. Stiggy's going to get it done as well. Stiggy gets down the inside. Stiggy's now got himself up into second place. I think he's going to have enough grip to hold off Pigeon. So there you go. As Stiggy time is perfect. And there's a caution in sector 2. There's a McLaren off track. And I believe that's Diablo. Diablo's off track. He's actually facing the wrong way. So these boys are exactly identical on ERS. As Stiggy timed this absolute to perfection. Oh, does this come into play? Does Stocker pick up the DRS of his teammate in front of him? This could... No, he pulls right out of the way. Fair dues, Diablo. Fair dues, mate. Fair dues. Win it on track. Right, so I would feel this is last chance saloon. He's got a lot of time to make up there, though. Gets right in the slipstream, gets right in the DRS. The DRS, does he go and try and make a move around the outside? Yes, he does. Does he manage to get it done? He locks up. Manages to hold around the outside, but Stocker's still there on the inside. He manages to get it done. Stiggy finds himself up into first place. Up into first place. What a drive so far from Stiggy, but Stocker's not... Ooh, Stocker's not going away just yet. Stocker's not going away just yet. You've got Pigeon and you've got Noodles. Been a fantastic drive from all four of these. Let's jump on board with Stocker. Ratagon now finds himself behind Grim and Link's piece. Stiggy's got himself a bit of a healthy gap now, half a second. All four of these, hats off to all four of you up front. But the man who went on the reverse, the inverted strategy, Stiggy, what a drive. He's been absolutely on it from the time of his pit stop. What a win from Stiggy. Great comeback from the sprint. Shout out to Stocker also. Shout out to Pigeon. And the sad one they did have to lose at that time was Noodles, but I don't think Noodles will be too fast. He gained enough points in the sprint, so it's going to make it ever so tight once all the points get all divvied out and stuff like that. Farwaz comes home in 5th. What a drive from Grim up in 6th. Great drive from Grim. Lynx Beast is 7th. Ratagun in 8th. Gonski's going to come home in 9th. Trouser's been having battles, all race on Trouser. Yeah, that was fantastic, mate. That was absolutely fantastic. So we've got Gonski's come home in 9th. We've got Friar Tuck home in 10th. Trouser in 11th. And there you go. And yeah, just for that strat call, Stiggy, you'll be my driver today for that feature race. That was some strat call, some from that pit stop. To be honest with you, mate, I didn't think you was going to do it. I think you left yourself a bit too much to do. But what do I know? It didn't look. You look like you had a bit of decent battles there, man, with Diablo for a little bit, mate. But you pit very early. What was that? Damage? Trial Manic? Was that damage? Why you pit early? Because you pulled some laps out there on the soft, on the medium, on the hard tyre. I'll get it right eventually. But yeah, sprint race, I said, was Entron and incident with Farwaz. You know what to do, Manic. If you feel it was an incident, mate, get it in the incidents. And yeah, Stiggy was my driver today for that was some strat call, and he got fastest lap as well. Gentlemen, I don't know what Matt had done. He's done 20 laps, won in the pits, and then called it a day. Gentlemen, that has been Netherlands. Normally a boring race, but the front four, you made it interesting. Like I said, massive shout out to Stiggy, massive shout out to Stocker, massive to Noodles, massive to Pigeon. The four of you, absolute fantastic, clean, fair racing. That's what we love to see. But gentlemen, that is me. I'll be back on Tuesday with my co-com, the winner of tonight's race, Stiggy. We'll be back on Tuesday. I say it every stream, but just try and jump through all the streams during the week that we have. I wish you all a good week. I'll be back next Sunday. Don't ask me what race it is. I'll find out on Sunday morning. I'll find out. But gentlemen, for those that tuned in, thank you all so much. Those that commented, thank you so much. Manic, Pigeon, Noodles, Stocker, Rage, Stiggy, Grim, Stephen, Tuck, Ratagun, all of you, mate, all of you interacted in the stream. Pirate Danny, legend, mate. But yeah, I'll see you all next week here in Legacy, and I'll be back on Tuesday. Catch you on the rebound, fellas.